Vreed en Hoop man sentenced to 4 years for trafficking in persons. Asif Mohammed Ibrahim has been sentenced to 4 years of imprisonment after being found guilty of trafficking in persons and assault against a female Venezuelan. The offenses occurred between November 3, 2023 and January 18, 2024 at New Road, Vreed en Hoop, West Coast, Demerara. His Worship Rabindranath Singh presided over the case at the Vreed en Hoop Magistrate Court. Ibrahim received a sentence of 48 months for the trafficking charge and 1 month for the assault charge. The sentences will run concurrently, meaning he will serve a total of 4 years in prison. "11 drivers caught speeding during enforcement exercise at Eccles." A traffic enforcement exercise on the Eccles Public Road, East Bank, Demerara, resulted in 11 drivers being caught for speeding. The operation took place between 6:45 HRS and 8:30 HRS and was led by Corporal 21843 James and Constable 25544 Smith. The focus of this exercise was to enhance road safety and enforce speed limits in the area. Authorities continue to prioritize traffic enforcement to promote safe driving practices among motorists. Bartica man charged with DUI and discharging loaded firearm. Gladwin Tracy, a 42-year-old manager of Hart Suite located at Lot 67 First Avenue, Bartica, has been arrested and charged with 2 offenses: discharging a loaded firearm in a public area and driving under the influence of alcohol. The charges include discharging a loaded firearm within 100 yards in a public way. This charge falls under Section 153(3) of the Summary Jurisdiction Offenses Act, Chapter 802. Driving under the influence of alcohol. This charge is laid under Section 39(1) of the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act, Chapter 51:02. At the Bartica Magistrates Court, before His Worship Tariq Mohammed, Tracy pleaded not guilty to the firearm charge and was granted bail in the sum of $60,000. The case is scheduled to continue on March 13, 2025. For the DUI charge, Tracy pleaded guilty and was fined $200,000. Over 2,800 public servants resigned since 2020, Minister reveals. In a recent statement, Dr. Ashni Singh, the minister responsible for finance and the public service, disclosed that a total of 2,832 public servants have resigned from their positions in the public sector over the last 4 years. This information was provided in response to inquiries from opposition MP Tabitha Sarabohali. Dr. Singh indicated that this figure represents resignations from August 2020 to December 2024. When asked about the reasons behind these resignations, he attributed them to a transformative phase in the country, which has led to an increase in opportunities within the private sector and entrepreneurship. He stated, "There are more employment opportunities today than at any other time in our country's history," emphasizing that this expansion provides citizens with a broader spectrum of choices regarding employment. Additionally, Dr. Singh noted that government investments in training have equipped more individuals with skills, enabling them to pursue various opportunities. He expressed satisfaction with the government's efforts to create a wider array of employment options for Guyanese. Furthermore, he mentioned that improved terms and conditions in the public service have also encouraged some individuals to transition from the private sector to public service roles, although he did not specify the number of new hires in the public sector. For suspects charged with armed robbery of Chinese nationals. 4 men have been charged in connection with an alleged armed robbery involving Chinese nationals Lu Bo, Charong Yang, Wei Han, Chao Pengdeng, and Gary Mitchell. The incident occurred on Wednesday, February 12, 2025, at Republic Park, East Bank, Demerara. The accused are Andra Stewart, 24, unemployed, residing at Lot 84 Guy Hawk Park, Georgetown. Nia John, 25, a wash bay operator from Lot 50 Plum Park, Georgetown. Negus Lemazon, 28, a clothes vendor of Lot 51 Durban Street, Lodge. Matthew Jalu, 29, a porter of Lot 30 Howes Street, Charlestown. All four were arrested on February 12 and charged today with 5 counts of robbery under arms, as stipulated under Section 222(c) of the Criminal Law Offences Act, Chapter 801. The suspects appeared before His Worship Mr. Bess at the Diamond/Golden Grove Magistrates Court, where they pleaded not guilty to the charges. Each was granted bail in the sum of $1,920,000, Guyana dollars, with specific conditions. Report to the CID headquarters on Vlissingen Road every Friday, except when required to attend court. Lodge their passports with the authorities. The case has been adjourned to April 10, 2025. Elections fraud trial to proceed summarily. Defendants plead not guilty. The trial concerning alleged electoral fraud during the 2020 general and regional elections is set to proceed as a summary trial. This decision was made by Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty during a session at the Georgetown Magistrates Court. The defendants, including high-profile figures such as Volda Lawrence, former APNU plus AFC government minister; Keith Lowenfield, former GECOM Chief Elections Officer; Claremont Mingo, former GECOM Returning Officer for District 4; Roxanne Myers, former GECOM Deputy Chief Election Officer; Carol Smith Joseph, APNU plus AFC's Chief Scrutineer; Sheffern February; Enrique Liven; Michelle Miller; Denise Babb Cummings, all former GECOM employees, have all pleaded not guilty to the charges against them. The defendants face 9 conspiracy charges related to allegations that they conspired to defraud the electors of Guyana by declaring false accounts of votes cast between Elections Day, March 2, 2020, and August 2, 2020. This ruling comes after several delays and a request for a new trial made last December by the magistrate. The case had initially commenced in July 2024 but faced interruptions, including the presiding magistrate's illness, which led to its reassignment even after 2 witnesses, including Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Sonia Parag, had testified. Police arrest 41-year-old following shooting incident in Burbus. A shooting incident in the early hours of Saturday has resulted in the arrest of 41-year-old Hubert Bias, known as Broomsey. The incident occurred around 3:12 HRS outside Staymon Food Shop in Dukestown, leaving 29-year-old Daniel Jones, also known as Duck, with a gunshot wound to his leg. The confrontation is believed to stem from a long-standing dispute between Jones and Bias, originating from a confrontation in Corriverton near Munchie's Bar in mid-2024. According to Jones, the altercation arose from a misunderstanding while the two were drinking together, leading to a previous fight in which Bias fled the scene. Jones did not report that incident to the authorities. On the night of February 15th, Jones, accompanied by 3 friends, visited Staymon Food Shop after spending time in Corriverton. It was there that they encountered Bias, who approached them armed with a handgun. Jones recounted that the situation escalated quickly when Bias pointed the firearm at him, demanding he lie on the ground. When Jones refused, telling Bias to do as he wished, the suspect fired a shot that struck Jones in his left upper leg. As Jones attempted to flee towards a public road, Bias fired 2 additional shots, neither of which hit their target. Jones managed to reach the car his friends had arrived in, and they transported him to Skeldon Public Hospital. After an initial examination, he was admitted for observation but later chose to self-discharge himself from the facility. Witnesses in the area confirmed hearing gunshots, but none could positively identify the shooter. In a surprising turn of events, Bias reported to the Springlands police station shortly after the shooting and was subsequently arrested. During questioning, he denied any involvement in the attack on Jones. Authorities are continuing their investigation, with statements being taken from witnesses. ERC launches investigation into statements made by WPA co-leader Dr. David Hines. News source Guyana. The Ethnic Relations Commission, ERC, has initiated an investigation into comments made by Dr. David Hines, co-leader of the Working People's Alliance, WPA, during his Politics 101 podcast, which is broadcast on social media. The ERC expressed concern that these statements could potentially sow division and disrupt social harmony in Guyana. In a statement released on Sunday, the ERC reaffirmed its commitment to promoting harmony among all ethnic groups and indicated that it is reviewing the statements made during the broadcast to assess their impact. The Commission assures the public that it is taking this matter seriously. Once the investigation is concluded, the ERC will make public its findings and any actions deemed necessary to uphold the principles of fairness, unity, and respect, it stated. Dr. Hines faced backlash for remarks directed at certain Afro-Guyanese during his podcast last Monday. He controversially referred to individuals as lick-bottom Africans, a term he claimed is synonymous with lick-BT Africans in Guyanese Creole. He criticized some members of the Afro-Guyanese community, stating, "Lick-bottom Africans, ah so shame of some of the black man them. Lick-bottom Africans, lick-BT Africans, is only we does behave so you know." His comments drew widespread criticism, with President Irfan Ali labeling them as racist and inflammatory, suggesting they were intended to instill fear among the population. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton acknowledged that while Hines could have chosen better words, he had not closely studied the remarks and could not control what another political leader says. Additionally, a new and united Guyana condemned Hines' statements and announced plans to file a formal complaint with the ERC. Despite the backlash, Dr. Hines has stated that he will not apologize for his remarks. Agriculture Ministry hands over mini excavators to 4 ECD NDCs. In a significant step towards empowering local government authorities, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa recently handed over 4 mini excavators to Neighborhood Democratic Councils, NDCs, on the east coast of Demerara, Region 4. The equipment, valued at approximately $14 million each, will be instrumental in maintaining drainage works within the communities they serve. During the handing-over ceremony held at the Ministry of Agriculture's complex in La Bonne Intention, Minister Mustafa addressed residents and farmers, announcing that all 17 NDCs in Region 4 will soon have access to similar excavators, representing a total investment of about $238 million. He emphasized the government's commitment to developing a comprehensive drainage system to combat the challenges posed by climate change, which has resulted in unseasonal weather patterns affecting the region. "We are developing a drainage system that can withstand the impacts of climate change," Minister Mustafa stated. He noted that the existing infrastructure was only designed to handle approximately 1.5 inches of water in 24 hours, and without proper funding and upgrades, the country would continue to face significant flooding challenges. "To restore our status as the breadbasket of the Caribbean, we must invest in our drainage systems," he added. The minister also highlighted past efforts, referencing the construction of the Hope Canal after the devastating 2005 floods. This structure played a crucial role during the major flood in 2021, protecting the east coast of Demerara and Georgetown from severe flooding. He assured that similar projects are underway in Regions 6, 5, and 2. While the mini excavators are being handed over to the NDCs, Minister Mustafa clarified that they will be managed and maintained by the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, NDIA, given the NDC's limited capacity for upkeep. The councils that receive the excavators include Cane Grove, Unity/Vereniging, Mon Repos/La Reconnaissance, and Beterverwagting/Triumph. Each NDC is now tasked with developing a work plan to ensure effective maintenance of their internal drainage systems, while the NDIA will oversee the main canals and major drainage infrastructure. Minister Mustafa concluded by stating that by the end of the year, every local government authority in Guyana will have access to a mini excavator to enhance their internal drainage capabilities effectively.